Hi guys, hope everybody's doing really well. Today's a special day. I've passed my F1 year and I found out that I'm going to be becoming a senior house officer very soon. And this video is going to be a bit different to my usual stuff. Normally I edit my videos quite a bit, get rid of awkward pauses, awkward ahs and ums. But I've been thinking about the reason I've started this YouTube channel. And to be honest, my intention isn't to become the next PewDiePie or to make £1 million off YouTube, or even to get famous. The only thing I want is for just one person even to learn from what I've experienced as a doctor. And if they find it beneficial, then it will be worth it for me. I've had my friends make fun of me for trying to become some kind of YouTuber, but really this is just my hobby and my project. And I thought I'd share my reflections. So before today, and quite recently actually, I've been thinking about what I have to share, and most of the time I just think to myself, I'm not the best doctor in the world. There will be doctors better than me. I'm not probably the best in anything in the world, but that's okay, because even if I'm not the number one in the world, there's still things I can share. And I only really realized that when I had my own junior working with me, who was acting as a FY1. And he was brilliant, but I realized there's a lot of things I was able to pass on to him, which I wouldn't have known when I started off. And at the end, he thanked me as well for teaching him, and I've got no doubt that he's going to become a great F1. But I thought, if I can teach one person the things that I learned and have it help them on their journey, I can do that to more people by making a video like this. So I'm hoping this will be useful, and it's going to be a bit less formal than my top tips video. I don't want to have any clickbait in this video at all, and in fact I'm just going to speak from the bottom of my heart until my camera overheats or until I run out of words, so whichever one comes first. Although with the Sony A50-100 it's probably the overheating that will be a problem first. Anyway, I think the biggest thing I've learned in F1 is that nobody's just born knowing all of this stuff. You only gain it through experience most of the time, because even textbooks can't teach you how to react to certain situations, or how to break bad news, or how to be a kind person. That comes with experience, and some of it to an extent is built in as well, although you can work with what you've been dealt and improve on it. In terms of what I've grown in the most, I would probably say it's my confidence. I used to find it quite difficult to make independent decisions at the start without questioning myself. I think imposter syndrome is something everybody goes through. But at the same time, being overconfident is a mistake anyway in itself, because that's how mistakes happen. And now I find that I'm comfortable with how much I've done in the past and how much I've learned, and I can do things on my own, although I know the limits of my capabilities, obviously, which you should always know as a doctor. I've also learned that the team is a team, and there is no job that's a doctor's job or a nurse's job or a HCA job. The job is to protect the patients, keep them safe, and get them well enough to go back home to their loved ones. And given that, there shouldn't be a job that you would overlook as not being yours. So for example, doing a urine dip, you might ask the nurses to do one, but if you've got a minute spare and you can see that the nurse is busy, why not go off and do that yourself? Or taking blood pressure, or even helping a patient with their meal if there's not too much going on for you at the moment. It shows to the team that you're a team member and that you're not seeing yourself as being above that stuff. And at the end of the day, everyone you work with is going to be a human, unless you're working in microbiology. But anyway, the point is that you should treat everyone nicely, with empathy, with respect, and understand where they're coming from too. If they're a bit angry one day, or if they're a bit off, you should probably know that there might be stuff going on, and try and make exceptions for that. Being happy and friendly to other people actually gets the same in return, and it really does help you, honestly. Let me think of anything else I've learned that I found quite useful. I think what always helps is to keep an open mind and not jump to judgments. So if you see a patient and they're saying they're in pain but it doesn't sound too convincing, you shouldn't pass that judgment yourself, because people express pain in other different ways, and just by looking at someone you can't tell if they're truly in pain or not. And that's just one broad example. I'm using that just because it came to my mind. In the same way, you should always keep an open mind, treat everyone fairly, and remember that sometimes it might be that patient you think isn't very nice that is the one you make a mistake on because you haven't paid as much attention. It's fine to have opinions, but you should never allow them to affect your clinical judgment or the level of attention you pay to a certain person. That should always be there regardless. The other thing I've learned is that being in a good team, being in a friendly team is honestly the best thing for growth, because it will allow you to grow and ask questions where you need to ask questions, and it will allow you to be in a safe environment for learning. And a big part of that will come from the way you interact with them, although sometimes it might be difficult to do that. However, 9 times out of 10, being nice to people, bringing cakes and sweets and chocolates, stuff like that, it just shows you're caring about the other people. And when people like you, they're more likely to offer you more learning opportunities, and they'll see you're keen yourself. So your learning doesn't end when you become a doctor, obviously. I think everyone knows that, but you have to be at home and study as well as when you're at work. And it shows keenness. And this is the way you'll find your passion, because until you fully understand something, or at least to a good enough extent, I don't think you can make a good decision about whether it's for you or not. I don't know if I personally believe in the idea of passion. I think that's a bit overrated, and sometimes only through learning more about a subject you can decide whether it's for you or not. In this year, I've done so many different jobs because of COVID redeployment that I understand now that every job has its perks and every job has great things about it, although every job will also have bad things about it. Anyway, I don't know if there's much else to add really. This is just honestly from the bottom of my heart, just talking to a camera, no script, nothing, just sharing my thoughts. I'm interested in carrying on this project more, so if you're a doctor, a medical student, or anyone else with a story, I would appreciate if you just drop me a comment or drop me an email. I'll put an email in the description, and just let me know what you think of this video. I've probably rambled a lot, but hopefully there's one person on earth who will look at this video and find it quite helpful. Again, I would never wish to put any clickbait or anything like that in my videos. I just want to keep it real, keep it 100. Put any comments that you have down below, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more content, because I'll be creating more content soon. Take care. Bye.